It's another beautiful day to be a raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, shit. It's been a minute. Let me give you some simple directions, shall we? It's just down the street, past the house, with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, but most of all, he's a man of commerce. Sleeping what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. I mean, it's a fucking pandemic out there. The guy's got mouths to feed and shit. He's just standing on the corner, not just there to, come on, hook the guy up. Now, he's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your goddamn business, a cool breeze will hit you that you find you chilling you right to the skeletal core, and you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're gonna find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and tonight, what do we got? We got no fans in the stands. Is DC mad? The plenty juicy saga. What else we got? Oh man, there's just so goddamn much to get into tonight. And you can tell that football season is close to being upon us. Close. Thank you all for joining me as always, man. Smash that share button, throw it out there. Make sure to like, follow, all that shit. First off, thanks to our sponsors, RaiderNationStore.net and Modosports.com, MODO/sports.com. Thank you for joining us. As always, man, we got a lot to get into for this crazy time already in the 2020. Fuck, it's the 2020 season. I mean, as infant and as fetal as it is what it is. The season's here, man. Training camp means the season has begun, and there's been big news already. Obviously, the biggest news was dropped yesterday. Been talking about it for months. I thought it was fucking ludicrous. I thought it was ludicrous that the NFL continued to try and have these talks like there was going to be fans in the stands. You've seen what the NBA was doing with setting up bubble sites. You've seen what the NHL was doing. You've seen what Major League Baseball was doing. None of those had fans in the equation. But you had the NFL, smug, fucking, arrogant ass motherfuckers as they are, thought they could just pull it off. And they're going to go about business as usual and, rake in coin when everybody else isn't. That's not what's going to end up happening. Now, it hasn't been a league-wide announcement, but the Las Vegas Raiders and their ownership came out and said, sent out letters to season ticket holders and basically letting everybody know no fans will be in attendance for the inaugural season in Las Vegas in 2020. It's a goddamn shame, man. Well, all this time to finally get the home to call your own, and you can't even show it off for a whole year. Got screwed having the draft there. The fucking Pro Bowl's supposed to be there this year. I mean, what the hell's gonna happen with the fucking Pro Bowl? I mean, the Pro Bowl's probably gonna get scratched altogether. What kind of event is the Super Bowl even going to be this year? They're already talking about possibly moving it from the site it's currently at, which is in Tampa, due to the COVID hotbed that's in the area. So, we have no idea. We have no idea. It's a constantly moving thing with this season, but the first big news, man, and the first thing that dropped is no fans in the stands. I've been talking about it for weeks, months. I just didn't see how it was possible that you could even try to have the fans in the equation. None of the other leagues were even considering it. So it just seemed arrogant by NFL top brass and ownership to think that they would be able to pull it off when nobody else was going to even attempt it. Now, I mean, and look what's happening in Major League Baseball. If you haven't learned, I mean, Major League Baseball, like I'd said last week and the week prior, was trying to operate as closely as the NFL was going to operate. So if you were looking at a league to kind of watch and be your guinea pig, the Major League Baseball was going to be it, because NBA had bubbled its site basically into one site, and NHL's doing it in very secluded sites. They've bubbled their teams. They're not traveling from city to city and across the country. Major League Baseball was going to attempt to do that in some sort of a fashion still, and try to still have the home field advantage and this thing, but very nice, Canyon. It looks nice on you. And so if you were looking at a league to model yourself after, that would be the one. And so you see the problems that Major League Baseball had right out of the gate, man. First weekend, you got the Marlins, a shitstorm. You've got guys that are basically going out and hanging out in Atlanta and just fucking kicking it and saying, fuck it. Yeah, well, look what happened. Fucking droves of motherfuckers got infected, shut down your shit. Now you got the Cardinals, they've got the similar issues. They're just acting like jackasses. But this is what happens when you've tried to allow these guys to stay in their own elements and travel around. You didn't bubble all of these guys in one site. So, if you can learn anything, I think the NFL's learning, and they're learning quick, that, hey man, how can you even have fans in the equations? These other leagues are even having a hard time keeping their players healthy and clean and uninfected with no fans there. So how can you even think about putting fans? And I see all of these, everybody's putting up, the NFL's going to lose billions. They're going to go out of business. They're going to lose billions. Man, some fucking mathematicians we have out there. I swear to God. Yeah, they may lose. Let's rephrase the term lose, shall we? Lose billions. Now, if you come into the season and you make $5 billion, but if COVID and everything else wasn't going on, you could have made $20 million. Does that really mean you lost $15 million? Really? Because you fucking made $5 billion. So did you really lose $15 billion? Or did you make $5 billion? That's what you gotta understand. The NFL's already making 1,000 times profit on everything anyway. So if they're only making 400 times profit, that's still 400 times profit. Do you get that? Does it sink in? Because I know some people that just went, woohoo! They ain't losing money, folks. They ain't closing up shop. They ain't gonna start fucking selling lemonade stands out on selling fucking $1 Busch Lights outside of the fucking NFL stadiums to try and make a little extra money. That ain't what's gonna happen, okay? It's just amazing to me. Oh my God, they're gonna lose billions. They're gonna go out of business, Ma. Fucking, I'll get into that in my WTF. But regardless, there's no fans in the stands this go round, and man, it's something else. No fans. The first season in Vegas. I'm still considering going out there just because it's an event going on inside the building, even though I won't be able to be in the building. I don't know. It's historical, and I don't know. I feel like I should be there to fucking in some capacity. I got fucking ticket vouchers and everything else left over from the draft. The hell else am I gonna do with them? Might as well go there. And training camp is going on. The season's going. Man, it is what it is. Shit's cruising along. So far, the Raiders organization has been very healthy. You've got Devontae Booker has been cleared to come back. So I guess that's positive news. If you thought Devontae Booker worked out in the running back tree in any sort of importance for 2020, honestly didn't. Josh Jacobs is going to be your primary guy toting the rock. You got Ingold blocking for him. And you got Lynn Bowden Jr., who you don't know. Man, you're talking about seeing this guy under center a little bit and doing all sorts of things with him. So you get Richard in there. I mean, what the fuck did we... Devontae Booker's just insurance, just in case shit. That's all he's around for. So to me, it's nice to see he's back, because I don't want to see anybody out over that. So it's good to see he's back, but as a whole, the team's very healthy, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Man, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Check us out on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, join the official group of Raider Reaction. Hit that group tab on the Facebook page and come to the dark side. The official group of Raider Reaction, the Raider Reaction Empire. Come to the dark side. It's real, it's raw, it's uncensored. No fucking stupid admins tapping you on the shoulder, telling you can't say that. About the only thing is, we don't want you selling junk in there, man. Just quit peddling your fucking goddamn arts and crafts shit in there. Come on, man. Come on. The return of the raffle this Thursday night, live. The return of the Reaction Shop raffle. We've got sponsors on board. Motosports.com, the official sports apparel company of the Violator, is on board. They're kicking in stuff for the raffle. We got autographed freaking Hall of Fame superfan pictures. We've got t-shirts. We've got little kids t-shirts from Motosports. We got all sorts of stuff from our sponsor, RaiderNationStore.net. All this is going down Thursday night. How do you get to win something at the raffle? Well, I mean, you can tune in and you can sit there and watch other people win shit, or you can actually have a chance to win stuff yourself. I mean, we're going to be giving away sweet stuff like this. I'm very happy with the way these turned out. These are official clay poker chips, not some cheap plastic motherfuckers. Official Raider Reaction, real, raw, uncensored Las Vegas 2020 inaugural season poker chips. We'll be raffling some of those off. We got some of these fucking new badass hologram stickers that we got with the logo on there. Bumper stickers. We even got some of the cans we're going to be raffling off as well. We got all kinds of stuff. All this goes down on Thursday night. And to get in and have a chance to win every single freaking item that we're going to raffle off on the Reaction Shop raffles, we're doing this the first Thursday of every month. So there will be 12 of these a year. First Thursday of every month. So the first Thursday of this month is obviously Thursday. So that's the first one, and we've got a ton of stuff to give away. Everybody who's entered in the raffle has a chance to win every single goddamn item. To get in the raffle, you have to be an official supporter of Raider Reaction. How do you do that? You go to the Facebook page. The top of the page, you hit that blue button that says become a supporter. If you want details, all the details, go to RaiderReaction.com/supporters, and all the details are there. You get the cool supporter badge next to your name. You put in the Dark Side Inner Circle group where we give you all of the little breaking behind the scenes news about what's going on with Raider Reaction before we let everybody else know. You get discounts, but most of all, you get in the raffle. It's worth being in the raffle just every month, because trust me, only supporters can be in it. So these limited edition poker chips we're only going to be giving out in the raffle. So the only way that you have a chance to win a lot of this stuff is by being a supporter. We've got a couple other sponsors that we're going to be announcing that are kicking in stuff for the raffles. We've probably got 3 or 4 months already stocked worth of stuff that the sponsors have kicked in, as well as my stuff from my private collection and Raider Reaction swag, what have you. So we've got a lot of stuff to give away. Become an official supporter, and that's enough of that fucking plug. Just do it, so you can be here on Thursday night and kicking back and chilling and win some fucking free silver and black shit. Come on, just do it.
All I have in this world is my balls and my words, and I don't break them for no one. You understand?
Check it out, man. That's a fair question, Shane. Do I strongly feel that there will be a season? I strongly feel that the National Football League is going to make the biggest push out of any of these professional leagues to make sure a season happens. I will say that. I say they have more of a resolve than Major League Baseball, than the NBA, than the NHL to get a season in. They want a season to happen in some capacity this year, and they're fine not having any fans there. I think that's how it'll go down. Do I think there will be? I'd say it's fucking 50-50 right now, honestly. In my personal opinion, I think it's 50-50. It's promising that you see NBA going off without a hitch. NHL really hasn't had any bumps, but I tell you what, Major League Baseball and the fucking shitstorm that they've had already at the beginning of this thing, that's the one that worries me the most, because it's most like what the NFL is trying to do. It's most like the NFL is trying to do. That's what worries me the most. Is because they're trying to travel around. They're still trying to have, a series, home field advantage, which is what the NFL's trying to do. They're trying to travel, have home field advantage. They're trying to do all of that. So that's what concerns me the most. But do I think the NFL is run by the group of greediest sons of bitches possibly in the world? Yes. And do I think they will do everything in their power to try and get this season in? Absolutely 100%. So I think there's a good possibility that we have a season. My biggest concern is, if we have a season, is I don't want stupid divisional schedules. I don't want this and that and all this other dumb shit. You either have a season with no fans, or you don't have a season. I don't want a bastardized fucking, hybrid tournament, some stupid shortened season where anybody that wins it, now you get this, oh, you're the 2020 champion. I don't want that. That's what I'd like to stay away from. But if you're a champion and there's no fans in the stands, fuck. You're still a champion to me. That, fuck it. You know, hey, we won without anybody there cheering us on, and we still kicked your fucking ass. So, you know, I don't have any problem with that. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting for damn sure. So we saw Derek Carr's sit down was almost a half an hour. Well, I don't know. It was probably 25 minutes. It was about 5 minutes of sitting there looking at a fucking backdrop waiting for his ass to come out there. But, and how do you do that, okay? Everybody's live. You've got all the people there, you know. All right, we went live. DC walk out 30 seconds later, you know. Not, I don't know, fuck, man. Don't go live until somebody's ready to walk the fuck out there. Ain't that goddamn hard. Good Lord. I got a time limit before I come on. I know how long I got. For fuck's sake. So, but regardless, the number one thing that he said is, I'm sick of being disrespected. Sick of it. Sick of being disrespected. And he's had the best season he had last year since 2016. And he's sick of being disrespected. And you know what? For the first time, and maybe the first time ever, was that what Derek Carr looks like when he's mad? When he's angry? When he's upset? When he's got a little fire in his fucking belly? Is that what he looks like? Man. I don't know. It was interesting. It was a different DC4 that I saw sitting up there. I liked what he said. I'm sick of talk, really. I'm sick of talk. I want results. I do like what he said. It's good to see a little fire in the belly. It's good to see maybe a little anger, something that's going to push him. I mean, I knew Marcus Mariota wasn't coming in to challenge him for his job. What Marcus Mariota's there to do is if you come out there and fucking trip over your dick the first fucking quarter of the season, he's right there to fucking take your spot when they sit your ass to the bench. So that's what he's there to do. But this is your season, and it's been set up for the last couple seasons for this to be your season. The team's been broken down, it's been put back together, and now all the holes have been filled. After this season, nobody has an excuse. Your general manager don't have a fucking excuse. Your coaching staff don't have an excuse. Your quarterback don't have an excuse. Everybody who's basically in the driver's seat of sending an NFL franchise to success has no more excuses after the 2020 season. You tore everything down that was. You put it back in your image, the way you wanted to build it. You built an offense the way you wanted to build it. You built a defense the way you wanted to build it. You put a coaching staff together the way you wanted to do it. You've done everything. You've got a new city. You've got a new stadium. You've done everything you needed to do. There's nothing else that you can say. What else do you need? What other tool in your toolbox do you need? None. There's no other excuses. You have now stocked everything you need to be successful as an NFL franchise, and you have handpicked it and put it all together as a unit. And if you do not show some level of success and a serious upturn in 2020 that correlates in the win column, I don't want to hear about threw for 4,000 yards again and 70% completion percentage and had over 100 fucking quarterback rating. I don't want to hear about any of that. Don't throw fucking numbers at me. Don't fucking ping numbers off me anymore. I'm sick of it. I want W's. So, I'm sick of being disrespected. Well, welcome to the fucking party, pal. You're one of 32. You know what that is? That's one of 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. One of 32 in the entire world. One of 32 jobs in the entire world. And guess what? It's one of the most stressful and demanding jobs in the entire world. That's why you are paid a fucking boatload of fucking money. And you are paid a boatload of money to do what? One thing. One thing. One thing. Job description says one thing. Win. Win football games. That's all your job description says. It doesn't say throw for 4,054 yards, throw for 21 and 8, 108 quarterback rating, 70% completion percentage. It doesn't say any of that shit. Doesn't. It says win. You want respect in the league? Respect is earned. Respect is not earned in the league by just staying in a job. It's not. There's been nobody on this roster for seasons that were here to challenge and take the job from you. You want respect? I say you gotta earn it. You haven't earned it by just staying in the position. That doesn't do it in the NFL. You have a very short window to provide success for a franchise before they move the fuck on. And then that's the reality of the matter. So I'm happy to see he's upset. I'm happy to see the fire, man. But goddamn, I hope it fucking correlates and it turns into W's. I honestly think, and I really, really do, I honestly think that this pandemic, the fact that there's no fans in the stadium, all of that, as bad as it sucks and as shitty as it all is, I honestly, in my heart's heart, I believe that this could be a good thing for this team, this specific team, because of what exists with what this team is dealing with. The unique situation that this team finds itself in. You find yourself in a new city, in an unfamiliar building, unfamiliar locker rooms, unfamiliar training facilities, unfamiliar everything. Nothing's familiar. Everything's new. Half your team's fucking new. A lot of your talent positions have been rebooted. So you're all getting to know each other. It's a young team. You've got a veteran quarterback now who is on at this crossroads in his career with something to prove. You've got a coach who's now built a team in his image that needs to see fruits of his labor. You've got a GM who's done the same thing. You've got an owner who's put all of his stock in this 10-year deal with this coach and everything that his vision. You see all of this, and the fact that you can take just a little bit, not even a little bit, you pull it out and you neutralize and just allow this team to take all the noise out, man. It's a young team, and you just allow to take all the noise out. And now they just get to focus on football. You don't have all this other shit. You don't have the fucking fans hounding you coming in for autographs. You don't have any of it. You don't have the interaction with the fans there. I mean, it takes everything away where there's no distractions. And for a team this young, at this pivotal of a time of wanting to gel, I'm telling you, man, it could be a big thing. It could be a big thing that you wipe away a lot of distractions for this particular team at this particular junction of the franchise. So, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think, because there's still going to be a little home field advantage, mostly for these weather-driven teams, and geographically driven teams in northern climates. So you're still going to have a little of that. You're always going to have that. But you're going to neutralize a lot of your home field advantage by taking the crowd aspect out of it. But I think it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting as a fan to watch it. I've enjoyed watching some of the other sports without the aspect of fans there. You can hear a lot more of the game, the little intricacies of the game. I think it's going to be interesting, especially a contact sport like football, where everything is such a fast-paced, the sounds are like collisions. I think it's going to be very interesting if you just have the sounds from the field and everything else is taken away. So it's going to be definitely a different season. We've got basically a calendar month to not see this shit come completely off the fucking rails, and we have football. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see Abram as well, Canyon. I'm excited to see Abram as well. Make you one of them fucking badass supporter badges like Canyon, man. Go hit that fucking supporter button. Get you one of the supporter badges. Be here on Thursday for the raffle, and you can win some shit first Thursday of every month. You gotta get one. I just can't tell you enough. It's worth just being in the raffle. And plus you get other shit too. And we have a very special announcement that we'll be making during the raffle on Thursday. That will be just for our supporters. So I'm telling you, this is something you're gonna want to do. It's a cheap investment. You spend more than that on one drink at the bar. So become a supporter of Raider Reaction. Do it, do it, do it. PJ Hall saga, the Plenty Juicy saga. Oh, poor PJ Hall. Well, this is what happens when you get the Marinovich syndrome. It's kind of like Todd Marinovich syndrome. Somebody say weed? No, not that syndrome. The other Todd Marinovich syndrome. The one where your goal is to just get there. When your goal is not to be the greatest ever, your goal is to just get there. We are happy that I made it. No, you didn't make it. That's like step one, getting to the league. Making it is getting to that second contract where you get that big payday. Now you made it. Now you're set for life. You're not really set for life when you just get in the league and you get a little bit of cash. Trust me, I got a couple motherfuckers that have worked for me in the past couple years. Just saying. Just saying. Now, sorry. I was getting lost in the comments there for a second. I'm like a fucking cat with one of the laser pointers sometimes. I swear to God. I swear to God. So he gets released. Well, he's gonna be released, and hey, take those PJ Hall release papers down. Let's get those filed. And she's like halfway down the hall with them. And they're like, hey, wait a second. Hold on. Don't file those papers yet. I got a trade from the Vikings. They're willing to trade me. What's that? A half a fly on this piece of cheese from PJ Hall. Hold on, bring those papers back. I'm making a sandwich. I can use the cheese. So he's traded for basically nothing. Everybody gave me we got something out of him. He had a 7th round pick. A 7th round pick's like, you're looking at all the guys who are about to be undrafted free agents and you're going, I'll take that guy. That's what a 7th round pick is. Okay? Somebody told me, man, I can find some talent in the 7th round. I guess, possibly. You can find that same talent in the fucking, the open rounds directly after that, too. Which are just picking whoever the fuck's left. You just don't find fucking, you're not going to find no diamond in the rough in the 7th round. You're just not. So, that's what we were getting for him. So he gets there, and he fails the fucking physical. So then now he's back. And they're like, here, chance to take the PJ Hall paperwork out of the trash. Now go refile it. It's all crinkled. You're trying to fucking flatten that shit out. I'm like, God damn it. Fuck. He told me to throw it away. And now, so he's released. Now he's done. And, nobody's. And not only that, now you went and you fucking got traded for basically, like I said, a half a fucking fly and a piece of cheese. And then you go there and fail the physical. So now your ass is going to get released by the team that tried to trade you for basically nothing. You're a cocksucker, L. You fucking asshole. Yummy weeks and weeks that I haven't had him. God damn you, son of a bitch. And just like now you're gonna get released. You're gonna go to the waiver wire, and now what? Now you what do you got? Now anybody that calls, they're gonna be like, dude, I'll pay you the minimum. That's all I can give you. You just got released by the team that thought you were something, that scouted your ass, thought you were something. You went there horribly disappointed them. They traded you. Then you went, they traded you because you came in fucking overweight, out of shape, and you had no motivation. So they traded your ass to Minnesota. You go there, you fail the physical. What if somebody calls you, you're just like, I'll take whatever. You need me to hand out towels? Fuck it, I'm in. Wash the water bottles? Okay. Jock inspector? Well, whatever. He's down, man. So now you've driven yourself to, this is how, literally, I had a fucking wide receiver who caught a touchdown in a fucking playoff game. And he's sitting in my office wanting a job for like $15 an hour. And I'm just looking at this motherfucker like, why are you here? You're here because you're stupid. Just like this guy. Work hard, man. Dude, you've got a career window about that fucking big, man. All you gotta do is give it your all for this very small window of time, and you ain't gotta give it shit. You can sit back and fucking chill for the duration after that. The duration. Fucking plenty juicy. PB&J. Hall. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's just like, I don't understand it. You see these kids, and I was a dumb fucking son of a bitch too, just like these guys. A lot less talented dumb son of a bitch than, but they're still making some dumbass moves, man. And if this dude thinks he's got enough money to roll the rest of his life, shit. I'd like you to talk to that gentleman who was sitting in my office couple years ago, and he'd be like, "Damn, the fuck you doing? Get your shit straight. Go to work. Get your ass in the gym in the off season. Sitting around on a pandemic, eating fucking briars, fucking flapjacks with extra syrup. Come on now. That's not the way. That's not the way to be a champion." Derek Carr looked in shape coming into camp. I gotta admit, man, he looks he looks really in shape coming into camp. I tell you, I think that was as pissed as you're ever gonna see Derek Carr. I don't think he has that built in him. He's just not that. He's not that type of guy. He's too nice of a guy, which is all. I think that's as mad as you're ever gonna fucking see him. I think you've seen it. I think you've seen him at fucking peak level of pissed offedness. That was it. The pinnacle of pissed offedness. You've seen it today. Hey, that's it. What is it? Fucking August 4th, 2020. Mark it on your calendar. Mark it. Do it. Because we'll come back to that someday. And if you see him more pissed than that, we'll reference this day, 8-4. Because I just don't think so. I don't think so, man. I don't fucking think so. So, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. Check out the website. Oh, we got a new page. ReACTION Sports. Just like this, but all sports. Real, raw, and uncensored. For those who do not need pussified sports coverage. ReACTION Sports. We've got our first programming on ReACTION Sports. Throwdown Thursday. Every Thursday. Get the adrenaline and blood flowing for you on a Thursday night. Check that shit out. Telling you. Check it out. So, moving on. Yes. I say hello to my little friend. Marquel Lee. Cut. Paul Butler. Cut. Eric Magnuson. Cut. Those are the three notable ones. There's some other scabs. They were cut as well. They weren't scabs probably to their mom, but to me, they're scabs. The mama can fucking console them that they're now scabs without a job. Probably going to some practice squad somewhere. Probably going to sit in some guy's office like myself and look for some $15 an hour job. But Marquel Lee, hopefully they at least graduated and got themselves a degree and shit, and not some fucking fluff industry that you can't work in the pandemic no more. Marquel Lee, Paul Butler. Paul Butler was a guy that you thought really had a possibility at doing something, but with the depth chart at tight end with this team, unfortunately, he's a casualty, man. He's just a casualty. What an athletic tight end squad you've got. Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, you got Witten in there, who's looked pretty good in camp, which is still just weird seeing him in silver and black. Derek Carrier, you still got Nick Bowers in there, so somebody had to go, man, and Butler's it. Marquel Lee, he just couldn't stay healthy, man, and he was a little undersized at linebacker. He was always suspect at covering the pass, so I don't know. Do I think we will, JD, do you think we'll be grabbing another linebacker if Muse and Javin White are not ready? Possibly. I don't believe that they're going to allow the linebacker position to be a position that kills them this season. I think they've firmly planted, but with Littleton, Kwiatkowski, you're hoping for a lot at Amaro. You still got a pretty decent depth chart at linebacker, but I don't know. With losing Lee, I don't know if losing Lee in the depth chart is something that you're going to add depth for. Because like I said, like you mentioned, we've got these young guys that you're hoping that are going to step up, but we'll see, man. It's hard to tell. It's these. Let's see. What do we got here at linebacker? You got Kwiatkowski, Littleton, and Morrow, basically up front. Behind them, you got Justin Phillips, Nick Usher, Kyle Weber. You got Tanner Muse. You got Javin that you mentioned. Is their names, their bodies, how deep at talent they are, how well some of these guys are going to grasp this scheme. We know going through scheme's not the easiest thing to grasp as a linebacker. So I don't know. I think Muse's development and moving into the linebacker position will be very integral in this team, this squad being put together. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because you've got everybody cutting down. That only got 80 guys coming into camp. So you've got smaller camps. There's gonna be a lot of guys that are cut. So depending on who they see out there, you see a shiny new toy out on the market that what you didn't think was gonna be out there. At jumping at the linebacker position, it's a possibility. I think that depends on some of the moves other teams make. Out there right now, there's not a ton of talent out there right now. So I think they're going to roll with what we got. I think Marquel Lee was probably already on the fringe in their plan, and when they had to cut down to this 80-man training camp roster, I think he was probably just an easy casualty for them to make. He's been a guy that I'd actually been a little kind of hopeful for, man. He came out. I think he got a bad knock the first season. I thought he did all right, and I thought he showed some sparks, but he's just hadn't panned out. Kind of like PJ Hall. Poor PJ Hall, man. PJ Hall. Now he's all kinds of memes and the butts of fucking jokes and shit. Look what happened, PJ. You come in all lazy and shit. Look what happened. This is what happens. They come in lazy. Don't come in lazy, PJ. That's what happens.
Thanks, bro.
I agree, L. Big L, I agree, man. We a big, huge upgrade at the linebacker position this year. I believe that not going to be a position that we're talking about at the end of the year as one of the big holes in the team. Have for the last 3 seasons, and beyond that. But definitely the last 3 seasons, it's been a 1-year plug, you know, at middle linebacker, trying at the heart of this team. You know, Navarro Bowman, Perry Riley Jr., Vontaze Burfict. So it's going to be interesting. JD, what are we going to do with Arden Key? Arden Key's been vocal, man. He's come out here the last couple days with all this talk about Jadeveon Clowney. Arden Key's been very vocal, saying they got what they need on the defensive line. They don't need to bring anybody else in. He's sick of fucking noise, and he's gonna step up. This is his year. And again, it's great, man. It's all the off-season chatter, and I'm hearing all the shit you want to say. But it's like politicians leading up to fucking November 4th, man. You're gonna tell me everything that I want to hear. You're gonna fucking diddle my balls. You're gonna stroke me. You're gonna tell me everything that I want to hear. You're gonna make me feel good, and that's great. It's all a bunch of lip service, unless we see W's and I see results. So I hope Arden Key has the fire physically and shows it on the field like he's showing it in the fucking tweets and in the interviews and all of that shit here lately. I hope he shows it on the field, because he's saying all the right things. He's saying all the right things. So we'll see. He's coming in right. He's coming in with the right mindset, it sounds like. So that's positive. That's positive, but exactly, Raider Ortiz, exactly. But there's always that but. I can always say, but am I gonna follow through with that shit? I don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. So that's the thing. We gotta see it come to some sort of fruition. Some sort of fruition. That's for sure. They went through. This, I don't remember who the fuck was it. Well, it was some site. Shit, who the hell was it? Fuck, I don't even remember. Inside Hook, that's it. A uniform site went through, broke down all of the changes that have been made to all the NFL uniforms for the season, and had taken a look and ranked them all with coming into the 2020 season. Who had the badass top of the heap, best uniform. And who's changed some shit up and really missed the mark, and who's just flat out the worst? Well, we know who the best is, and they thought the same thing. The Raiders came out. We were marked as the best uniform coming into 2020. No changes made. Just a fucking classic. I mean, straight silver and black. You just don't fuck with it. Well, the Rams tried to change their shit up. They were ranked as one of the worst. Shockingly, I know it was fucking terrible that whatever the fuck that stupid new Rams logo they came up with. I mean, they just missed the mark totally. And then there's the shitbirds, the Falcons. They've already got their fucking new stadium with the mechanical butthole on top of it, the Sphincter Stadium. They thought they needed some new threads to go with the Sphincter Stadium. So they went out and like, fuck it, man, we're gonna go back to like early 2000s, straight FUBU design with the fucking gradient fucking red to black. Yeah, man. Like some fucking late 90s, early 2000s. Oh, that was ranked pretty low too. That missed the mark, man. And straight up looks like an old fucking FUBU fucking jersey. I mean, dude, you can go Google the shit and stick one right next to it. Other than a little difference in the lettering, it's the same fucking jersey. It's the same damn thing, man. Come on, man. Come on. If you're gonna design something, wouldn't you at least do a Google search of your image to see if something similar came up? I mean, how difficult is that to do? Especially if you're designing it for like a professional franchise. Don't you think you'd put just a little bit of extra research in to make sure that, you weren't going to be the butt of every fucking joke? Well, guess who was the worst? Guess who was the worst? I was kind of shocked. I wouldn't pick these as the worst. The Cardinals were ranked the worst, which I thought was the Cardinals. What's so offensive about the Cardinals uniform? I mean, it's red and black, but I mean, it's not my thing, but I could pick a lot worse. I mean, the Titans, or the Cardinals? I mean, the Bengals, the stripes are played, man. I guess that they are what they are, but I mean, the Cardinals, this is the worst in the entire league. It is what it is, but we're ranked the best. Not that that's a shocker. Not that that's a shocker. See, now you got that supporter +1 on there. I'm a +1 with my badge. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm worried about your badge. Now you got fucking muchos of badges. Little segment here I want to touch on as we start to wind things down here towards the end of the show.
What?
Yes.
What?
Sitting there. Yes.
What?
It's that time. Little segment I like to call the WTF. And there seems to be this flooding of comments, folks on the page, in the group, who seem to need to tell you how much they're done with the NFL, how much they're not going to watch any games this year. I'm not supporting the NFL anymore. This, that, the other. On multiple posts, all the time. And if you're gonna not watch and you're not gonna participate in the National Football League any longer, we really don't need you to keep reminding us repetitively. You can kindly remove yourself from National Football League pages. You can still remove yourself from groups. You can do all of this and make these choices to separate yourself from the thing in which you hate. Nobody's asking you to stick around and listen. If you don't want to come to the movie that I'm going to go watch, and you don't like the movie that I'm going to go watch, I hate that fucking actor. I hate that fucking director, and I don't even like where they film the fucking city. You go watch that movie. I ain't watching it. Well, that's fine. I'll go watch the movie. And if you don't like it, and you don't like anything about it, don't come sit behind me in the movie theater and try to ruin it for me. If you don't want any part of the National Football League supporting the Raiders anymore, it's Raider Nation for life, right? Yeah, that means for life, not when it's just convenient for you. You fucking posers. You don't need to constantly remind us all about your stance. Because like I said, all of you that, the NFL's going to lose billions this year. No, they're going to make billions. They're just not going to make as many billions as they should. You stupid, ignorant, inbred, fucking goddamn, no branch on your family tree, dumb motherfucker. Do you not get it? We don't need to hear it. Okay? I have small pleasures in my life. And I believe life is all about small joys and pleasures. And football is one of them. And if you don't want to participate in it, and you don't want to join in the joy with the rest of us, that's great. Then stay the fuck out. And we don't need your shitty little comments. We don't need your little posts. And we don't need your little jabs at the rest of us who are still going to be here, who really know what For Life is all about. So all of you, what the fuck? I don't need to hear about it. And it's the same fucking names. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna start fucking every one of these motherfuckers. I'm gonna start an Excel spreadsheet. Every one of these names that says I'm done with the NFL. I'm not watching this shit anymore. I'm gonna start fucking saving every one of them. I'm gonna just fill up a spreadsheet with fucking names. And man, you come back next year. If I see you if we're in the fucking playoffs, I see these names when we're fucking, oh my God, I'm gonna put you on blast and I'm gonna fucking shame you. I'll pay to boost that motherfucker. I'll put that shit everywhere. I'm gonna shame every one of you motherfuckers on that line. Every one of you on my fucking spreadsheet. If you don't want to watch and you don't want to support anymore, then just go. Quit being a miserable cocksucker and trying to ruin it for everybody else. I don't understand that. I just don't get that. What is the point? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Some people are just miserable motherfuckers, man. The Karens of the world. The Karen. What's the male version of Karen? I don't know. The D-bags of the D-bags and Karens. Like, I don't like what you're doing. I don't enjoy it, and I'm gonna make sure you don't enjoy it too. You get it? Like, I don't get that, people. I don't get that type of person. Like, you know, I don't like country music. It sucks. I hate it. Quit crying at me. Depressing ass fucking music. But I'm not gonna go to the country bar and stand in the middle of the dance floor while they're trying to line dance and say, y'all a bunch of fucking idiots. This is stupid. Why would I do that? They're enjoying themselves. Hey, they like listening to the crying music and dancing in lines. Fucking enjoy yourself. I don't. But I'm not gonna go in there and fucking yell at them and piss all over their cowboy boots. Just saying. Haha! What's this? If Carr throws more TD passes than Lamar this year, that's a fucking deal. Hey, there's a good possibility. I'm not sold on Lamar. I am not sold on Lamar. I think he's got a little bit longer lifespan than RG3. I think that dude's gonna fizzle soon, man. It could be this year or next. I'm not sold on Lamar. That could be a fair deal. It could be a fair deal. I had big plans we were gonna have Dark Side watch parties. I was gonna invite people in for the post-game reactions. It was gonna be a lot more interactive shows this year, but we're gonna be changing things up for game days this season a little bit. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna put together a pre-game show. We'll have our halftime show, and of course my post-game reaction on every freaking game day. We're gonna make it more interactive. We're all gonna be stuck at home doing the same thing, right? So we're gonna do what we can. Thank you for joining me as always. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Raider Reaction, every second you guys spend with us. Now make sure to become a supporter of Raider Reaction. I really, really want you guys to be able to come here on Wednesday night, have a chance to win all the fucking sweet ass shit we're gonna be giving away. I only had so many of these badass poker chips made. Raider Reaction, Las Vegas 2020 inaugural season poker chips. These are official clay chips, man. These are the real deal. They're a limited edition, only to the supporters. We've got the new hologram logo stickers. We've got all kinds of shit. T-shirts for the kids, motosports.com, RaiderNationStore.net, and our sponsors have thrown in. To become a supporter of Raider Reaction, go to RaiderReaction.com/supporters, or just go to the website and click on the supporters tab, or go to the top of the Facebook page and click on that blue button to become a supporter. Your biggest perk of being a supporter of Raider Reaction, you get a chance to win every single item that we're raffling on the raffles the first Thursday of every month. So that's freaking 12 raffles a year. We've got 4 sponsors on board now that are helping us stock the booty for these things, man. We've got raffles already locked and loaded. I'd say at least 4 or 5 worth of stuff already. T-shirts, all kinds of stuff, man. Don't miss out. Stickers, bracelets, fucking pop sockets. We've got the inaugural fucking season Coors cans. If you ain't got a hold, we're raffling all kinds of stuff off. And the first one is this Thursday. Don't miss out. Thoughts on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that other shit.
So say good night to the bad guy. Or the last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again.
Until next time, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.